catch me if I fall. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
A very good evening and welcome to the Championship Playoff Semi-Finals live here in LFS. For the second legs, we were treated to an absolute total of 0 goals in the first legs over the first two games. Norwich against Leeds and West Brom against Southampton on the weekends. But we're here in midweek. It's under the lights. It is a night game for both of these return legs. And all 4 sides still have a very good chance of going through. Win on the night and you're heading to Wembley. It's as simple as that for all of the teams remaining. Wembley awaits these teams. Leeds and Norwich are our key focus tonight. Tomorrow night we'll head to Southampton as they take on West Brom as well in the second legs. Elland Road is ready and they are awaiting their players to come out onto that pitch and to try and deliver, to get Leeds one step closer to the big time. Or can the ultimate yo-yo club, Norwich, up and down more times than any other club since the Premier League was inaugurated back in 1992. 6 times they've been relegated from the Premier League, Norwich. No side has ever been relegated the same or more times than them. But they want to head back up and they want to get promoted once again. Both sides know a win tonight will do that. But it is hard to do. Elland Road is furious when it gets going. But when a team dominates Leeds, as rare as it is even more impressive. As the players walking out at a raucous Elland Road, as the Leeds United fans hold their scarves high above their heads, and marching on together is the anthem of this wonderful stadium. To tonight's teams, and Leeds, well, look, kind of enforced change for Daniel Farke's side. Ilan Melia starts in goal, but Archie Gray starts at right back. No Sam Byram here this evening with a hip flexor issue, according to Daniel Farke. Joe Rodon, Ethan Ampadu, the captain, and Junior Firpo continue in defence. Glenn Kamara and Ilya Gruev in midfield, with Jorginho Rutter, Wilfred Nonto, Crescencio Somerville, and joined by Joel Piroux up front tonight. As you can see, on the bench tonight, Dardo, Cooper, Cresswell, Robert, Shackleton, Anthony, James, Gelhardt and Joseph. For Norwich City, they start with Angus Gunn in goal, Jack Stacey, Shane Duffy, Ben Gibson and Dimitrios Giannoulis, an unchanged defence from Sunday's game. An unchanged midfield as well as Kenny McLean captains the side alongside Marcelino Nunez and Gabriel Sara ahead of him. Jonathan Rowe on the right, Ashley Barnes comes in on the left, and Josh Sargent leads the line. As Sainz drops to the bench, he's joined by Long, Bath, Sorensen, Fisher, Hanley, McCallum, Fastnacht and Van Hooijdonk. Leeds against Norwich. These two sides met here 5 years ago in a playoff game, and Norwich won 3-1 on that night. They do the same, and they're heading to Wembley. Or can Leeds conjure up this Elland Road atmosphere and give them even more of a chance? Leeds hate the playoffs and feel that they're cursed by the playoffs. Can they break that curse tonight by winning a single game here at Elland Road? Kick-off between Leeds and Norwich is next. A very good evening. Welcome to the Championship Playoff second legs of the semi-finals. This is where it gets big. This is where it all comes down to the next 90 minutes or even 120 minutes or even possibly penalties to see which of these two teams will be heading to Wembley in a week and a half's time. Ethan Ampadu, the Leeds captain, has his team in a huddle. The atmosphere here raucous as always at Elland Road, and they need to try and help their side. Daniel Farker was the Norwich manager when they were beaten here against Norwich in the playoffs 5 years ago. Well, he would love another win here at Elland Road, but in the colour of white this time. Both sides in their home strips, so no need for away strips this evening. As Leeds are ready to get us underway, they're attacking from left to right in the first half. Norwich right to left, as they get us going here at Elland Road for another of these championship playoffs. It's the second leg of the semi-finals, and it's all down to the next 90, possibly 120 minutes to see who will be heading to Wembley. Of course, a 0-0 aggregate scoreline, which makes it much easier for us here tonight, because we know a straight win on the night is more than enough for progression to the Championship Playoff Final. Well, of course, Daniel Farker has the most history with these two clubs. Of course, Leeds this season, but also majorly with Norwich. Of course, got them promoted quite a number of years ago from the Championship. And has done a really good job at coming into Leeds this season. A side that could have been really damaged and distraught by Premier League relegation last season. But just as we've seen with Leicester at times this season, Leeds have looked ruthless in moments. Really not had the best run of spell of form towards the end of the season, but none of our playoff teams really have hit that run of form or that really good moment towards the end of the season, and this is why we're in this position coming into these two games over the next two nights. Here's Archie Gray, of course, playing at right back for Leeds tonight. No Sam Byram in the squad. Hip flexor issue, said Daniel Farker in his pre-match interview. So Archie Gray will deputise at right back for Leeds tonight, which might be an area where Norwich will try and exploit and expose. Sam Byram did a very good job on Sunday. I have to say, both sides pretty poor up front. Both sides really kind of blunt in their attacks, really awful attacking football, but in the end it ultimately came out that the defences were the better of the two kind of sets of the teams. That's a nice break by Somerville there, but we overrun that one, Crescencio Somerville, and it will roll out for a Norwich throw on the right hand side. That was a real problem for Leeds at the weekend. I mean, I really was disappointed by what both sides really offered in that attacking area. They looked really kind of panicky, not composed whatsoever in the final third at the weekend, and really that was a disappointment for me, because both of these sides have a lot of attacking quality in their side. I mean, I mentioned it, 8 players in the sides that are real massive goal threats, and we didn't see enough of them whatsoever at the weekend. We'd love a goal fest tonight. Here's Rodon down the right hand side to Archie Gray, back in field to Joe Rodon, who leads the free kick around about the halfway line. Marcelino Nunez, the man committing the foul, as Leeds get on with it quickly. Down the left it comes. Here's Firpo. Long to Somerville. Somerville beats past his man down that left-hand side. Somerville, lovely link up. Somerville's in the box. Somerville, the narrow ankle over the bar. Really nice intricate play down that left-hand side from Leeds. It's Junior Fairpo, adds that extra body. Somerville, nice quick footwork, linking up really nicely. Couldn't say it was Junior Roots there. He just flicks it behind him, and Somerville continues his run. He's completely unmarked. And as he breaks towards the 6-yard box, he tries to shoot from the narrow angle. It's too narrow of an angle to shoot from. But that's a really good opportunity for Leeds. Early doors in this one. That will give you confidence, having that first chance of the game, that first real break forward. It's always that intricate one-touch passing in the final third. We didn't see anywhere enough of the weekend. It was too lax, it was too slow, too lazy. The passing was just too it wasn't zippy enough. And it allowed the defence to shuffle over. It allowed them to get bodies back and really shut down the attacks time and time again. But also there was no initiative at the weekend. Oh, it's a nice run by Peru. Oh, the keeper's come for it. He does grab it. Does Angus Gunn. It looked nervy there. It's one ball over the top. I think it was Ampadu that played over the top. And Peru just peels in behind the defence. And he causes an issue. Tries to bring it down first time. And Angus Gunn, he's out of his goal and he has to come flying towards it. Ben Gibson can't get it off Peru. He does kind of claw at it first, Gunn, and then does make the cast the second time round. But certainly nervy there from the Norwich keeper. Nonto's back pass was slightly loose, but Rodon did well with it. Archie Gray. Through the lines it comes. Here is Somerville breaking forward. Now finds Ruter. Ruter looking for the shots. Chopped onto his left, blocked off. Kamara. Back round the corner it comes. Here's Ruter. Leads off to a very good start here. Nonto couldn't feed it round the corner. And blocked off that time by Janulis. That's better from Leeds. Getting that crowd up. Getting the home side going. And getting them in their rhythm. So that's a ball forward by Archie Gray there. Or Joe Rodon, sorry, there. And it is a foul. And a referee this evening is Jared Gillett. Yeah, it's just a late challenge on Joe Rodon. He made the run forward. He tried to play the ball through the lines and he's just kind of taken out there by Marcelino Nunez. He's already committed a foul on Rodon tonight, so that's a second. But it's really high tempo, really aggressive start from Leeds. I like to see this. Very attacking approach in the early moments. As Gruev is over this one alongside Somerville for this free kick. And they're just chatting about what they're going to do from this position. Just a 30-yard mark there, that free kick, wide on the right-hand side. As Gruev goes and scores! He catches out the keeper! That's a lovely free kick! And Leeds have been off to a blistering start, take the lead! What a start to this game at Elland Road! And Ilya Gruev is the man to give Leeds the advantage inside 6 minutes. Norwich caught out from the free kick. And it's a fantastic finish by Gruev into the bottom right corner. Angus Gunn was left scrambling and couldn't reach it. Somerville dummies it. Left-footed by Gruev and it just bounces at the right time. That's a lovely free kick. Two-man wall from Norwich, but the keeper's come too far across. And he just sneaks it in. It bounces up away from the keeper and into that bottom right corner. That's lovely from Ilya Gruev. And Leeds off to a blistering start. And they have an early advantage. Gruev with the finish. And eventually we do get a playoff semi-final goal. Leeds 1, Norwich City 0. And that's exactly what this home crowd would have wanted coming into tonight's game. And they have really looked riled up this Leeds side. Here's Archie Gray down the right. Nonto battling. Loses that battle. But Janulis gets right in his ear. They're just having a giggle there. Nonto and Janulis. Will be a corner. But from a Norwich point of view, they need to be very vigilant. And very they need to stay on it. If they go do even 2-0 down here, it'll be very difficult to stop. This crowd, once they get going, they carry the ball into the net for Leeds. Gruev with a corner. Low one into the box. Headed away. Nonto to recover. Back to Gruev. Squares it across. Taken down by Somerville. Back to Nonto. Leeds just recycling the ball with Gray. Kamara. Firpo goes back to Rodon. Now Gruev all the way back it comes. Here for Leeds. Down the right to Gray. Nonto trying to go for the 1-2 with Archie Gray, but finds its way to Ruter, and really nice football by Leeds, but it's snapped away from him by Josh Sargent there trying to run through, but that's easily recovered. But again, David Wagner, the Norwich coach, was a bit annoyed earlier that there was a foul not given for a Norwich player. I think he would have been annoyed at that one as well on Josh Sargent, but no foul there either. Here's Firpo. Well, this season for Leeds, when scoring first in the Championship, they've done it 22 times now. They've won it 20 previous occasions out of 22 when scoring first, drawn twice. They haven't lost a game this season, Leeds, when scoring first. And if they do that, they'll be heading to Wembley if they keep that record up. Archie Gray. As Rodon goes back to Ilan Melier. One long ball forward, trying to target Peru. Flicked round the corner, nice work by Kamara. Firpo now. Somerville closed down there. One back by Norwich. Marcelino Nunez, infield Stacey, and break down the right hand side for Norwich. Has to be rescued out of play by Ethan Ampadu and out for a Norwich throw. On the right hand side, 10 minutes gone, Leeds 1, Norwich 0. Norwich without a shot in the game so far. Actually, Leeds have had 81% of the ball since kick-off in these first 10 minutes. So Norwich have really, the majority of their game has been out of possession so far and just trying to hold on. Here's Janulis. Back it comes to Gibson. Infield there. Nunez to Duffy. Through the lines it comes. This is a nice move. Sarah out to the right. Lovely taken by Stacey, but he just overrun the ball there and Firpo could recover. Stacey with a challenge, a clean one, according to the referee. Here they come now. McLean looking with a cross. Into the box it comes, but Nonto there to recover for Leeds and try and get them forward. Lovely first touch by Peru there. Getting Leeds on the break, and Somerville looking for the ball in behind. Somerville gets it, but it was just a bit delayed, that ball from Peru, because Somerville had just strayed in an offside position. Very good start from Leeds, I have to say. The way they've come out here, they've shown that desire and that fight in the early moments to give themselves something to hold on to, something tangible to really kind of fight for now and to battle for. So giving away a foul there. Jonathan Rowe, the man, fouled. Will be a free kick to Norwich. Free kick taken out over the top. Here's Janulis. He's made the break and Gray has to cover back at him and gives away a Norwich corner. Nice ball from the free kick. And Janulis, Archie Gray's nowhere to be seen. I mean, he's caught trying to figure out what his teammates can cover, and he's actually left himself in no man's land there, Archie Gray. And Janulis gets past him, beats down that left-hand side, but Gray does recover in time to put it out for the corner. To Norwich, a smart free kick there. Works them out for a set piece on the left hand side. Corner whipped in, headed away at the front post. This time it was Ruter that headed it away. Back it comes, down the left hand side it goes with Nunez. McLean dragged out to that left flank and closed down there as Kenny McLean had the last touch, and it will be a Leeds goal kick. Wilfred Nonto tracking back. Of course, Willie Nonto has a lot of pace going one way. Up the pitch, that is, but certainly has a lot of pace going back the way and can cover. cover the gaps. But certainly not the start that either David Wagner or Norwich would have wanted, you know. Certainly not the start they would have wanted. Going behind so early on, getting the crowd involved. The exact opposite of what Norwich would have wanted to do was kind of stifle Leeds, make it hard for them early doors and really silence the crowd. That would have been Norwich's approach, but the way Leeds have come out here, Norwich have really struggled to waken up and stop them, and that's what ended up giving them the goal. That aggressive nature to Leeds' early play, and Norwich just being a bit passive in their countering of it. As Ruter beaten off the ball. McLean though oversteps the mark, and Peru can carry it forward. He gives it out to Ruter. Ruter looking for a pass. Jinks his way through. Nonto doesn't gather it in time. Allow Norwich to recover as Gruev picks up the ball. There was actually a pull down on Gabriel Sara there somewhere, so a free kick will go the way of Norwich. Well, we know why Leeds really don't like the playoffs. The last time they won a home playoff game was actually in 1987, which is a long time ago now, if you don't realise. 37 years. That's some weight. You can see why the Leeds fans coming into this one tonight, not even just tonight, but coming into the playoffs as a whole, failing to get automatic promotion, would have been wary, would have been kind of not hopeful that they would get a Premier League place. I mean, they're still a long way away from it. They have to get through this, and then if they get through this game, they have to win the playoff final at Wembley when the pressure's on. But, you know, you can see why these Leeds fans are so wary and so nervous about the playoffs and their chances of getting to the Premier League via the playoffs. It's not an easy, certainly not an easy kind of format to beat at times. It's all about the mental strength of your side, the mentality, the real kind of resilience of your team in this kind of format in the playoffs. You know, some would say, oh, it's only three. You win 3 games and you're going to the Premier League. It's kind of a mini tournament, but in a way, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more on the line. It's more mental than anything. It's the pressure of those 3 games. If you don't win one of them, say you don't win the first leg and you're coming in on a deficit, it's that mental kind of battle, that mental struggle to get back into it. But the one thing for Leeds here is that they don't have a mental struggle at this moment in time. It's all about staying composed and controlled. And they showed in the first leg they've got a strong defence. It's just about making sure that defence stays solid. And lovely switch ball. Well, nice attempt at a switch ball from Norwich there, but Jonathan Rowe couldn't reach it. Just a bit ahead of him. Rules for a Leeds goal kick. Ethan, welcome into the chat. Great to have you with us. Predicting a Leeds win tonight. Good to have you with us again. Just seeing this free kick again, it's just a lovely free kick. It's really, really good. I mean, the 2-man wall, I mean, I don't know what Norwich are trying to do. I mean, it's so easy. The wall may as well not be there. The keeper's not set up the wall well enough. They need an extra player in that wall, and the wall needs to be further to the left, because Gruev just kind of curls it nicely. It doesn't even need to put too much on it, really. It's a nice strike towards goal, and bounces past Angus Gunn. I mean, the keeper's beaten and the wall is very easily beaten. It's far too frail, far too easy from a Norwich point of view for Leeds to get past it, but it was a really smart free kick from Leeds. Really adds and really kind of shows example to their early kind of pressure, their early approach to the game, that aggressive nature. You know, high pressured moments, you wouldn't always go for that. If you don't feel confident or you don't feel like you can do it, you wouldn't try something like that in a game as high pressured and as this. But they did, Leeds, and that's why I give them that kind of praise for that. It takes a lot of confidence. A lot of kind of balls, shall we say, to do that. And they did. We talk about Leeds when they score first this season. Their actual home record is certainly, it's not the best in the Championship, but is the best of the playoff teams in the Championship. Leeds had the second best home form in the league. They've picked up 53 points at home this season. Lost just 2 games at home all campaign. At Blackburn at home and Southampton at home on the final day. That was in the run-in towards the end of the season. Was their only 2 defeats at home. Here's Nunto down the right-hand side looking for the deep cross, and it comes headed on and in! Keeper beaten again! And Joel Peru, the bullet header to double Leeds' advantage. And Wembley may just be a step closer than Leeds expected. Not even 20 minutes gone at Elland Road and Norwich have already crumbled. The Canaries are not spreading their wings. They're cowering in fear and trying to hide. Because Leeds United have come out with a real fierce mentality. And just an easy run down the right-hand side. It's 1-2 touch. Nonto with an absolute beautiful cross. And it's one of those ones, we talk about a corridor danger so often in football, in that 6-yard box. But it's kind of, again, passive from Norwich. Lovely ball by Nonto, and Peru making the run, darting into the 6-yard box. Gunn hasn't a clue whether to come or not. He does come in the end, misses it completely. Duffy on the cover can't get it out of the net. And it's a fantastic header, fantastic cross. Great move by Leeds, and they've doubled their advantage. And before the Knights, they would have been nervous. They would have been wary. They would have been coming into this one fearing the worst. But they're now dreaming of the very, very best. It's Leeds United 2, Norwich City 0, and only 20 minutes have passed. His 14th goal of the season, Joel Peru, and it's a second goal on the night for Leeds. Give them a bit of breathing room, and certainly a lot of confidence. That's incredible. But again, Norwich should be disappointed. 2 goals scored by Leeds, and they're not even like... They're very avoidable. Very avoidable, but... And we're just having a delay to the restart because of a flare that was thrown onto the pitch. Nonetheless, we're back on the way. But as I was saying, from a Norwich point of view, really bad defensively. I mean, the gap down the right-hand side, I mean, it's a great cross by Nonto, but he had to have that covered. I mean, Joel Peru just has a straight run into the box. No one tracking him, no one marking him, no one trying to combat with him. The keeper ends up in a position where he doesn't know whether to come or to stay back. He's probably better off going towards the ball to try and make himself as big as possible. Ends up completely missing it, but just really poor. Oh, that's a lovely break of the ball here, though. Norwich with a chance. Meslier. That's a goalkeeper who steps up. Fantastic from Elland Meslier. Just as Leeds in a bit of comfort. Just one ball in behind Josh Sargent. And Ethan Ampadu beats himself. He actually tries to come across, and Sargent doesn't really need to do much. Just allows the ball to come to him. Breaks, gets the break of the ball. Runs through one-on-one with Meslier. Meslier does really well to close the angle down. And gets a strong right hand to it. To put it behind for the corner. But that's fantastic goalkeeping. Fantastic. As Ruter with a header to clear it from the corner. But that's how quickly, from one moment of Leeds being dominant on top, to one mistake at the back can really cost you in this fixture. And in this pressured moment, in this game, one moment can decide it all. And this home crowd really bouncing at the moment here at Elland Road. Well, Leeds have won their last 2 home games against Norwich. One in the Championship this season and one in the Premier League in 2022. 1-0 and 2-1 on both of those occasions. Norwich's last defeat here, or win here, was back 3-1 in that season when they beat them 3-1 and they finished top of the table that season. Norwich. Leeds went to the playoffs and went out in the playoffs that season. That's lovely by Ruter, down the right hand side. Trying to break free as a Norwich player falls to the floor. There seems to be a foul, so a free kick will go the way of the Canaries. I talked about the poor form coming into the end of the season. Leeds lost their last 2 regular season games then during that first leg. Norwich winless in their last 3 before coming into the playoffs. Really not good form for either team coming into the playoffs, and confidence would have been knocked. Confidence would have been low, really, really low. And in the big moments, in the big pressured parts of games, confidence is so crucial at times. And I think Norwich going 2-0 down certainly will not help their low confidence at this moment, as Gray and Nonto combining to win the ball again, and Nonto using his feet to skip away from a few. Here's Wilfred Nonto breaking through, trying to get forward. Runs forward, goes down. Referee says no foul. And Norwich win it back cleanly. Maybe a bit greedy there from Wilfred Nonto. Maybe should have passed it off. He's got to pass it off there. Really has to try and find a teammate at some point. Couldn't on that occasion. 25 minutes gone at Elland Road. It's Leeds United 2, Norwich 0. Leeds leading by 2-0 on aggregate, of course. Goals from Ilya Gruev and Joel Peru. As Daniel Farker on the sidelines tells his side to calm down. They may have a 2-goal advantage, but that can very easily be wiped out if they don't keep their composure, Leeds. That's nice work by Gruev. Gets the brick of the ball. Finds it to Kamara. Now Somerville. Back to Glenn Kamara. Space on the left-hand side. Kamara. Into the box he comes. Plays it on to Somerville. Look for the cross. And blocked again. Will be another Leeds corner. But again, they're committing bodies forward, Norwich, in the wrong moments. Just really not doing the right things at the right time. And Leeds are just playing around it. Corner taken short. Kamara into the box. Falls now to Somerville at the byline. Another block. Another corner. Well, set pieces. Certainly Norwich a strong point. Oh, getting a bit physical in the box there. Joel, Junior Fairpo and Ashley Barnes. Just a bit unnecessary, that collision. Ashley Barnes and Junior Fairpo getting a talking to by the referee Jared Gillett. How many times do we see this in corners? Still going off Ashley Barnes. Junior Fairpost picks someone else to pick on. Goes short for the corner again, Leeds. Ruter. No pathway to goal there. And he's blocked off and will be a third successive Leeds corner. They're not really pressured here, Leeds. They can try a couple of things, do a few different things. Maybe question Norwich and positions they weren't asking for. So they'll take a long corner now, whipped into the box. Palmed away by Gunn. Out it comes to Gruev, who will put all the way back to Archie Gray, who's the last man for Leeds. As Leeds retreat back into shape. Gray goes down the right hand side, looking for Ruter, but blocked off by Gibson. And out for the Leeds throw on the right hand side. 28 minutes gone. Leeds 2-0 up. And still very much in control of this fixture. And of this tie. We've actually at this point of the game, had the same amount of shots on target as we did in the whole of the first leg. 3 shots on target in the first leg. We've already had 3 tonight. 2 for Leeds, 1 for Norwich. And we've already had 2 goals. So certainly much more clinical. A better finishing ability being shown by the 2 sides tonight. Here's Rodon. Across to Ampadu. Now out to Kamara. Back to Ampadu. To Rodon. Leeds just controlling the tempo, not rushing forward too quickly. Taking the time to manage this game and really just see this as a normal home game and not really force it and pressurize themselves unnecessarily. Actually great. Back to Rodon and back to Ampadu. Here's Kamara. Firpo. Back to Kamara. Infield to Gruyev. Lead just passing it around comfortably. Here's Nonto. Nonto there. Bit of a play for a Norwich throw. The 37,000 or so inside Elland Road in white this evening. Certainly the happier the 2 sets of fans here this evening. Norwich really not got going as of yet. And maybe, just maybe, this is Leeds' change of fortune in the playoffs. Maybe this is the moment they've been waiting for, the night they've been waiting for, to really succeed from the playoffs. Here's Nonto. The ball's won back again. But remember, they've fallen from positions such as this before. In the Championship Playoffs, Derby is a fateful memory in the Leeds fans' minds. Of course, and they'll certainly not want a reconjuring of that here this evening. Through the line to go. Here's not Ruter, sorry. Brick gets the brick of the ball past Nunez. Ruter does well to carry it round Sarah. Now Somerville waiting for Firpo. Firpo's cross, and Peru in the middle was threatening, and it will be a Leeds corner. Come off Gibson last, I believe, but really nice ball into Ruter, and Ruter just seemingly blocked off. Beats 2 challenges, gets it to Somerville. Somerville feeds it through for the overlapping Firpo. Firpo gets to the byline, cuts it back across to Peru. Not given the opportunity to shoot, and Gibson puts it behind for the Leeds corner. So that's that instant burst of energy from Leeds. One moment they're just slow in possession, just passing it around, waiting for options, and then they conjure up, and the header from the corner by Rodon is just wide. Right-footed delivery into the box, and Rodon had a clear header at goal. Just couldn't direct it. Headed it straight down. And bounces out for a goal kick. That's a huge opportunity. Very good opportunity. Connor begging there. Jonathan Rowe trying to pressure Norwich, or to get Norwich forward, pressure the Leeds defence. But Archie Gray does really well to break out and to carry Leeds up the pitch. That's fantastic defending. The best defenders not only win the ball and stop the attackers of the opposition team, but they carry their team forward, they get their team out of trouble, and they really sustain that confidence and real kind of stability about the team. Archie Gray, so far this evening, has done a very good job at that. It's still very early doors. Sara down the right. Nicely closed down by Kamara, but one back by Nunez. Back it comes to Gibson. In the midfield of McLean. Now Nunez. As Nunez tries to feed it through for the run of McLean, but again closed down. And Leeds have bodies forward to try and break here. Here's Piru. Piru out to Nonto. Wilfred Nonto. Straight at the keeper. But another really nice move by Leeds. It's again mistake by Norwich. They try and play too long of a pass. They give it away. Leeds on the break instantly. And they have bodies forward. And it's Norwich time and time again. They're really catching themselves out, Norwich here. Just too long of a pass in the midfield. And Leeds really compact in that area. Winning it back time and time again. And instantly breaking on the attack. It's nice work by Gray. Lovely turn there. Pirouette from Archie Gray. Trying to go for the 1-2 with Piru, but closed down. Duffy across to Janulis, and Janulis just pounced upon by Nonto there, but it will go for a throw in. Well, overall, in the playoffs, Leeds have played 17 playoff games. In their history since all the way back in 1987. And we go all the way back to then, when they played Oldham Athletic in Division 2. Their first championship playoff was back in 2006 when they played Preston. Drew 1-1 here and lost 1-2-0 away at Deepdale in the semi-finals, but lost in the playoff final 3-0 to Watford in 2006. That was their first EFL Championship playoff. Leeds. That's good work though at Barnes climbing over the ball there. And Rowe does well, but he goes down and the referee is saying simulation here. And Jonathan Rowe's going to be in the book for simulation. But that's great from Leeds, just keeping their cool, and Norwich just kind of throwing whatever they can at it, and nothing's going to stick. I mean, Ashley Barnes gets beaten. He just kind of hovers over the ball weirdly. Rowe picks it up and then goes down. There's no contact there from Gruyev. Or Archie Gray, really. None of the two of them touch him. Simulation, and a good decision by the referee. And again, David Wagner, not happy. But if he sees the replay, he's correct. And Jared Gillett, the referee, got that spot on there. It was simulation. And I don't know why Jonathan Rowe actually kind of argues with the referee. He knows himself there was no contact. And there's cameras to prove it. Yellow card for him. As I was talking through the Leeds chat here about their history in the Championship playoffs, I do want to go back to that game in May 2019 in the playoffs where they lost 4-2 to Derby here. They went 2-0 up. Stuart Dallas with the 2 goals on that night, of course, announced his retirement very recently. Of course, and we wish him the very best for the future. Scored 2 goals on that night. Did Stuart Dallas. Give Leeds a 2-goal lead. And ended up losing 4-2 in the end. So Norwich can maybe cling on to that. The fact that it was Derby that went 2-0 up here a few years ago. And Derby on that occasion managed to come back and win the game. And Leeds actually won the first leg as well. By 1-0. That was at Pride Park. Good challenge there by Rodon to win it back. Kamara playing it out to Nonto. Nonto back to Gruyev. Leeds have only got to one Championship Playoff Final. That was the Watford one back in 2006, where they lost 3-0. It was at the Millennium Stadium, of course. They have been in a League One playoff final more recently at Wembley in 2008. They lost to Doncaster on that occasion. But their last two playoff campaigns in League One against Millwall, where they went out here in the second leg, and also, of course, that game against Derby where they went out here in the second leg in the Championship back in 2019, haven't ended well, where they haven't got to a final. They've actually won 6 playoff games out of their 17 they've played in their history, Leeds. So it's not the greatest of record. That's a nice work down the left-hand side. Chance here, ball into the box, looking for Somerville. He do get the break of the ball. Here's Ruter, in it goes! 3-0. Leeds United are creating some force of a lead in this first half. Jorginho Ruter in off the roof of the net, and Norwich City have been shell-shocked, spellbinded in this first half, because they cannot believe what they're seeing. These Leeds fans cannot believe what they're seeing, because this is something of creating history here at Elland Road tonight. And Wembley is on the horizon. It's almost in touching distance for Leeds United now. They get the break of the ball down the left-hand side. It's far too easy again, too passive from Norwich. They get it into the box. It gets a lovely bit of luck. Really good bit of luck off Somerville. He feeds it out to Ruter. He's free at the back post. The run by Peru, into the box it comes. Somerville falling to the floor, does force it out wide to Ruter, and Ruter at the back post absolutely smashes it in. That is an incredible finish, and another great goal, and a first half that will go down in Leeds United history, because this third goal really does make it really difficult for Norwich City. Remember, when Leeds not long after they scored their second, Norwich had a very good chance to get back in it. Their keeper of Leeds denied them that chance, and now they could be paying the price that they didn't finish that opportunity. And Leeds couldn't feel any more grateful that they did miss that opportunity, and their keeper stepped up. Incredible. Wow. It's almost a really monumentous rescue mission needed here from Norwich late on. They're going to have to conjure up one of the comebacks of the season, of the century. This is lovely from Somerville. Look at the footwork. And they're in again here, Leeds. Here's Nunto. What a way to finish the first half. They shot straight at Angus Gunn. But my goodness me. Again, Leeds look like scoring a hat full of goals tonight. It's Nunto, lovely ball round the corner. Somerville beats past one, gets past another, then breaks it down the right-hand side. Nunto charging down the right flank. He's got Ruter with him, but he's blocked off. Would be a really difficult ball for him to try and find. But my goodness me, Norwich need to sort this out, because they're really going to be on the end of an awful and embarrassing finish to their season if they end up conceding more and leave that opening at the back. David Wagner has a really tough job on his hands at half-time. And now Ben Gibson, and Norwich are really having a kind of a meeting in there to figure out what the hell is going on. Trying to organise this. So there was a bit of a stoppage there. It was a Norwich player receiving some treatment. But we're okay to continue. Leeds have a throw in down the right hand side. Do stay with us at half time. We'll run through the stats of the game, what this could mean for a possible playoff final to come in around 10 days' time. We'll be at Wembley next Sunday afternoon to see which team can get victory to join Ipswich and Leicester in the Championship, or from the Championship to the Premier League next season. Leeds are certainly building a massive gap and a very good advantage to carry through to give themselves as much of a chance as possible. But one thing for Norwich, they've just not looked up for it tonight. I mean, it's not that the players haven't given a chance, they just haven't been there. Leeds is in desire and fight and kind of quality and individual battles has been just immense. We've 4 added minutes at the end of this first half after the 45-minute mark. Ashley Barnes certainly have quality, Norwich, to try and get a couple of goals. But Ashley Barnes there in an offside position, so Leeds will get a free kick. And this crowd certainly will be singing into the night if this stays like it is. They are loving their Elland Road experience here this evening. And we've still got another half of football to come after this. Here's Archie Gray. Nunto back to Gray. Back to Rodon. All the way back to Melier. Well, this is the most goals that Norwich have conceded in a game. Although there could be more here. Another one in. Still not dealt with. Angus gone. It's it. Off the line. Ruter with another huge opportunity. Norwich are all over the place at the back here again. They're making runs left, right and centre. The defensive line that looks so solid 4 days ago has crumbled. I mean, they're all over the place. They're making runs at behind. I mean, if you're trying to play offside, you don't make those runs in back into your own box. I mean, they're coming deep. They're playing forward. There's no communication in the Norwich defence. And Leeds just maybe a slice of bit of luck for Norwich. As Leeds get a corner. Gruev with a cross and flicked behind at the near post there by Firpo. But again, far too easy. And it's great from Leeds again. They're playing really well. But Norwich, I had no idea what's happened to them. They've absolutely crumbled. They're all over the place. And if they don't get this sorted out in the second half, they will be on the end of a 6 or a 7 here. Actually, lucky it's not more than 3 at this point. It could be more. It could be 4 or 5 at this point. But sure, they're maybe not counting their lucky stars. But if you've got any luck, you need to be clinging on to it at this point, because you certainly don't want this to get any worse than what it is. Really not. Last minute of the first half. Leeds have had a couple of big chances towards the end of this first half where they could have added to their 3-goal lead. Kamara. Firpo. Back to Kamara. Back to Ampadu. Kamara. Not in a hurry here, Leeds. Here's Somerville. Trying to shield the ball to half time. Kamara down the left-hand side of Fairpo. Back it comes, though. All the way back to Ampadu. Rodon. Back to Ampadu. And all the way back it comes to keeper Elland Road. As he kicks it long. There's a runner in behind, but the ball evades all of them. And it will run out for a throw-in, but no time for that to be taken. Because after the 4 added minutes are up, referee Jared Gillett blows the whistle for half-time. And a first half to forget for Norwich. First half where they've been by far second best. And Leeds have a first half that could not have gone any better. Ilya Gruev with a lovely free kick finish. Piru with a nice header. And Ruter into the roof of the net. Free at the back post. 3 of the very best of Leeds in this first half. And they could have had even more. Norwich need a big bit of consolation at half-time. They need to figure this out. Leeds are cruising to Wembley. Half-time, it's Leeds 3, Norwich 0.
I'll put you in a grade 16 like Kenny. Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
Welcome back to EFL Championship Playoffs live here on LFS this Thursday evening, as the second leg of the Championship Playoff Semi-Final at Elland Road is certainly going the way of Leeds United at the break, with them 3-0 up against Norwich. Of course, some sort of comeback needed from Norwich if they're going to hand themselves a place at Wembley in 10 days' time. Leeds have 1 foot in the capital, ready for that to come, and they are all the way cruising towards that playoff final. Only their second playoff final in Championship history it would be for Leeds if they do it. Right, that is the case at half-time. We're going to talk about that first half in a moment, but really, I mean, what can you say about that first half? Being honest, we'll get to that in a moment. But first, don't forget, it doesn't end here tonight. Remember, we have another one on the way for you tomorrow. As Southampton take on West Bromwich Albion in the second leg of their Championship Playoff Semi-Finals, goalless from the first leg in that one as well. So a straight win tomorrow night would secure a playoff final place for any of those two teams. Right, so half-time, and really that first half, honestly, being honest, I talked about on Sunday at Carrow Road about how both teams were really poor in the final third, offered really nothing to talk about. But again, it's been the same from Norwich. I mean, they haven't changed. From that first half against Leeds, they've been second best all the way through. Leeds have been in control, been commanding, been very fluid in attack, have had loads of goal scoring opportunities, have been much more strong, physically strong, much more confident in their play, much quicker with their passing, much sharper in their play. They've been a lot better overall in all areas. Defensively, going forward, in midfield, Leeds have dominated every single area of the pitch, and Norwich just really aren't competition for them at this moment in time. Norwich are trying to hold on to at least make a block in the box. They're crumbling here, and I said it multiple times in that first half. If they do not get this sorted, they will be on the end of a 5 or a 6 or even a 7 here tonight, because Leeds have been that good. They've created that good of many chances, and we're going to talk you through them now, especially the first goal. I mean, I spoke about it before they took the free kick, that Somerville and Gruev spotted something. They must have spotted something, because they had a quick chat, had their hands over their mouths as always, and they thought, it's rolled over by Somerville, and Gruev just from the angle, a really nice clean strike with his left foot, bounces around about the 6-yard line, bounces up, too much for the keeper. Gunn has left scrambling, he's nowhere near it even if it doesn't bounce, and it's a really lovely finish by Gruev into the net. And that's the perfect start for Leeds. Within 7 minutes, they find themselves ahead. It gives them confidence, gives them a lot of belief. Then they come down the right-hand side for the second goal. Gnonto with an absolute peach of a cross. It's an absolute sensation. Really nice move down the right-hand side. Norwich, again, too passive in their ability to try and defend it. They allow Gnonto the time and the space to measure up a ball. To whip it in is beautiful. And then no one marking Joel Pirout. I mean, I don't know who's meant to be marking Pirout, but whoever it is nowhere within 10 yards of him. He's completely free. I mean, Duffy's trying to retreat into the box, but he's got nowhere to be seen in trying to block off Pirout, and Pirout with a lovely header past Angus Gunn for 2. Just after that, Norwich had a huge chance to get back into the game. Josh Sargent with a one-on-one opportunity. Ampadu commits himself. Sargent just allows the ball to carry itself through. Gets the break of it, does Sargent. And he's one-on-one with Elan Meslier. Massive chance of Meslier comes up trumps. And that could be a big moment that Norwich end up ruining, because Leeds get a bit of luck, a better brick of the ball again in the final third. It's a brick down the left-hand side. Pirout with a really nice run, darting down the left flank. He gets the ball into the box. There's a poor bit of defending again, all muddled up, the Norwich defenders. Somerville in there somehow gets a touch on the ball. It squares it across to Ruter at the back post, and Ruter actually ends up with the right-footed shot into the roof of the net, well past Gunn. And again, Norwich have been second best all the way through. Every single phase, every single position, every single moment, every duel, every battle, every header, every win of the ball, every moment in the game, it's been Leeds who have been on top. They've been inspired somehow, motivated even more than Norwich. Norwich just look a bit lethargic, a bit slow, a bit basic. I mean, they're not even doing the simple things right. Their passing is too long. They're not going for the simple pass. They're always trying to overcomplicate things. And even when they're in possession, they look okay. Norwich, they look okay in possession. They don't look like they're going to break on Leeds the way Leeds do when they're in possession against Norwich. Norwich look a lot more blunt, a lot more slow, a lot more kind of inoffensive to Leeds' defence, really. When they're in possession, Norwich, they just don't look like they've got that runner, they've got that chance, they've got that space in either any area of the pitch where they're going to have a man free that can pass the ball forward and get them into good areas. So far their midfield has been dreadful, really not offered anything. Their attackers haven't got into the game, the defenders have been everywhere. Don't even get me started on that back four. An unchanged back four from the weekend that looked really strong, really confident, really kind of composed, and really knowing in and of itself what it needed to do at any given moment in time. Those exact same 4 players look like they haven't seen each other before kick-off. Look like they haven't met each other before kick-off. Bar trained together, Bar played 90 minutes against the same opposition 4 days ago. They look all over the place defensively, Norwich. I mean, their back 4 are one's making a run forward, one's coming deeper. They don't know what to do. I mean, they're all over the place. As I said it, from the first goal, the first Leeds goal, it's free kick, set piece, can happen. But again, no organisation. No one's telling, there's a gap there, There's a space, there's a two-man wall, but there's a big gap, and the keeper hasn't come across. He hasn't set his wall up right. Keeper's not done well there on the set piece. The second goal, there's no one trying to mark Joel Peru. I mean, they're all over the place. They're too far forward. No one's retreating back. Duffy's the only one retreating, and he's trying to keep the ball out of the net. He's not trying to block the man. So that's poor. And then the third goal, it's just calamity at the back. I mean, how Somerville even gets involved in that build-up is bizarre. How the ball finds its way to Ruter at the back post is bizarre. It's just haphazard in all areas from Norwich. And if they do not fix it, they do not solidify at the back, said it multiple times, they're going to concede more and more tonight. This Leeds crowd are up. Elland Road is bouncing. This Leeds team are confident as ever. They know that Wembley is within their grasp at this moment. A playoff final is in their hands. They're 3-0 up. Just don't shit the bed and you will be going to Wembley in 10 days' time. And I don't expect Leeds to. The only way Norwich can really have belief now is if they get an early goal in that second half and really get a grip with themselves, because they need to start stopping the balls going into the back of their own net before they can try and find the back of the net themselves and get themselves a goal back into it. Right. They really need to figure that out, because it's not been good at all. Let's just run you through the stats quickly then from that first half. If I can get them up. My screen's playing about with me as always. Leeds have dominated possession, 64% of the ball to Norwich's 36%. Leeds have actually had 10 shots in that first half. 1 shot for Norwich. That was the Josh Sargent chance, their only chance in that first half. Their only shot on target of that first half. Leeds have had 6 shots on target out of their 10 shots. 6 corners to Norwich's 2 corners. Leeds have had 3 big chances. They've missed one of their big chances. I don't think the Ruter goal was actually a big chance. And maybe it was, who knows. And Norwich have had 1 big chance, which they missed, of course, Josh Sargent. Passing wise, I mean, Leeds have absolutely dominated that as well. 318 passes, 89% accuracy, which is Premier League level accuracy, that is incredible. 182 passes for Norwich, 81% accurate, so a bit low on that front for Norwich. That is where we stand at half time. Whereas Leeds United 3, Norwich City 0 at Elland Road. Leeds in easy street. They're on the course to Wembley, on that path, on Wembley Way, almost inside the stadium at this moment in time. They've still got another 45 minutes to go though. Can Norwich conjure up a comeback of all comebacks at Elland Road, or is it Leeds' night in Yorkshire? We'll find out. Second half on the way next.
I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny. Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
Welcome back. Don't forget, this weekend we're watching the Championship Playoffs at the moment. Once we get concluded and find out who's going to Wembley, we head to the Premier League final day live this Sunday, 3:30 from the Etihad, as the champions-elect, or what could be the champions-elect, Manchester City, take on West Ham United. City have the advantage. Anything other than a win means Arsenal might have a chance at the title. City win, and there's nothing the Gunners can do. Second half on the way from Leeds against Norwich at half time. We're 3-0. Second half on the way in just a moment. Do stay with us.
I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead.
A very good evening. Welcome back to EFL Championship Playoffs live here on LFS. And Norwich eyeing up changes because they've they've a mountain, the height of Everest to climb in this second half. If they're going to go through and get to the playoff final, they are going to conjure up comeback of the century in this next 45 minutes. But before they do that, they need to stop Leeds. I said it in that first half, and I said it at half-time as well. If they're going to have any sort of chance at making that comeback possible, they need to sort out what's going on defensively. Because so far, I don't even know what they're trying to do. I don't think they know what they're trying to do, these Norwich fans. And marching on together, we'll have a second rendition of the night. This one a lot more, not more passionate, but certainly there's more belief behind this one, and certainly more conviction from those Leeds fans, because they've got the advantage of a 3-goal lead to take into the next 45 minutes here at Elland Road, from an absolute impeccable first half, really, from Daniel Farker's team. Norwich have made a change, by the way. I'll tell you about that in a second when I get the confirmation of it, as Norwich now kicking from left to right, Leeds from right to left, of course, in the second half. We're almost ready to go. Matching on together is still playing. Still waiting on the referee, getting us underway again. Those scarves, well, flying high above the heads of those Leeds fans inside this stadium tonight. And we're back on the way then for the Championship Playoff Semi-Final second leg, where Wembley awaits the winner. And at the moment, you would be a fool to bet against Leeds going through, but the playoffs, as unpredictable as can be, nothing's a certainty, even when you are 3-0 up with one half of football to go. Anything can happen. Although Leeds, early chance, Rooter, through it comes to Somerville, fall! Big save by Angus Gunn. What a start to the half. Somerville, through the lines it goes again. Peary with a big chance. That was a huge opportunity to start the half for Leeds. A fourth goal there would have really put the final nail in the Norwich coffin. But Gunn with a point-blank range save to deny Leeds an early fourth. Came from nowhere. Gray. Nonto. Now to Archie Gray. Very, very close there for Leeds early in this first half. Really nice intricate play. Rooter to Somerville, and Somerville with a first time ball in behind. For Peru, sorry. Just see it again. It's a break of the ball down the right hand side. Rooter has time and space. It just sprayed across to Somerville, and the deft touch by Somerville. The pass is beautifully weighted towards Peru, and all he just has to do is pass it into the net. But he kind of smashes it towards the keeper. And that's a big chance gone a begging, because if that had been in the net, that would have really deaded the match and really would have ended any sort of hopes for Norwich. That's a huge save by Angus Gunn. And the importance of that probably won't be felt till the very end of the match, depending on what happens. Well, the last time Leeds scored 4 goals here at Carrow Road was way back in December when they beat Ipswich 4-0 here. Scored 3 a good few times since then. Scored 3 against Birmingham on New Year's Day in a 3-0 win. All the way to Rotherham. They won 3-0 that game. 3-1 against Leicester here as well. 3-1 against Hull as well in those recent games. So we have scored 3 a number of times, but 4 has evaded them since all the way back in December. And they have scored 4 goals here this season on 2 occasions. The 4-0 against Ipswich and a 4-1 win against Huddersfield. Leeds love to score goals in the Championship at home. 45 to be exact before kick-off tonight. 45 home goals, so that's 48 now. Only Ipswich had scored more goals at home than Leeds. Here's a good chance for Norwich. Down the right-hand side it comes. Here's Kenny McLean trying to get a break. McLean tries to go for a shot himself, and he absolutely slices that one, and it goes out for the Leeds throw. It's that far wide. It's a good break by Boris Sainz. Gets it into the box, and McLean picks it up on the right side of the 18-yard box. Drives all the way back to the edge of the D and tries to have a shot, but completely slices it, and it goes well wide and out for a throw-in. It's that far wide. That was an awful opportunity. Good chance, but not well executed whatsoever. Kick up the pitch there by Gunn. Nicely won by Ampadu. Round the corner by Kamara. Brought down by Somerville. Does get the ball forward. Piru with a lovely work. And Ruter tried to force it through the lines, but too much for Somerville to gather. And just roll out there. Patrick Bamford in the crowd tonight. Not involved here this evening. He would love to be fit enough for a playoff final in 10 days, if that is a possibility. Look at this. What an atmosphere at Elland Road. As they come down the right again here, Leeds. Here's Archie Gray. Right-footed ball into the box. It comes. Somerville with a header over the bar. Another good opportunity. Again, really nice move down the right-hand side, but it's again far too easy. I mean, Norwich just stepping off time and time again. No urgency to get to the ball, get to the man, get to the threat. I mean, there's no kind of initiative of where the danger is. There's no recognition of danger in that defence. Here comes Somerville again. Somerville gets the break of the ball and tries to sneak it in the front post. Blocked by Gunn. Out for the corner. Just see it again. It's a nice step in by Firpo. Kamara shields his man. Ruter lays it off. And then it's Somerville just takes it down the left-hand side. Beats past Duffy. And off balance there, Somerville tried to sneak it in the near post, but Angus Gunn had that gap closed down pretty well. And it goes behind for the corner. Right-footed delivery in again, and the header at the front post, very well wide by Firpo. Norwich, of course, were promoted. Very recently. Actually been promoted 3 of their last 6 championship seasons. Twice by winning the league. The last 2 times they were promoted from the championship was by winning the league with over 90 points, 97 points and 94 points. The last time they got promoted via the playoffs was back in 2015 when they finished 3rd that season on 86 points in that championship campaign and were promoted via the playoffs. That is the only time that they've been promoted via the playoffs in championship history. 2014-15, which would be 9 years ago now. A long time ago. They have spent only 3 of their last 8 seasons in the Premier League, including this season. So that's 3 of their last 9 seasons, apologies, not including this season. Here's Somerville though, breaking forward again for Leeds, breaks into the box, plays it around the corner to Piru. Another shot blocked by Gunn, who makes another big save. The flag stayed down. There was a call for a flag, but nothing in there. But again, far too easy. I mean, Norwich really need to get a grip of this. They haven't got a grip all the way through the game, and they don't look like they're going to get a grip to it. There's a pull back there on Jonathan Rowe. It's Gruev that's going to get the booking for that pull back. Well, out of the 40 games that these two sides have played previously, Norwich have won just 11 of those 40 games. 11 draws in that as well, and 18 wins for Leeds. So Leeds, the better record. The goals are actually not much of a difference. Before kick-off tonight, 60 goals for Leeds, 59 in head-to-heads between these two. So they do share quite a number of goals, and Leeds have got 3 on the board tonight so far, and are looking, and still very much showing that they can score more. Fairpo. Somerville now. Round the corner, nice work to relieve the pressure, get it off to Gray. Kamara out to Archie Gray. Fairpo. Gonna switch it across. Flicked on, that's a lovely run. Here's Somerville through the middle, one-on-one. Somerville! Duly closed down by Shane Duffy there. Somerville actually took off the afterburners. Didn't really burst through as quickly as he could have. Closed down there by Shane Duffy. Signs made a run down the left there. Taken out there, and Ruter trying to retreat. Will be a yellow card and a free kick to Norwich by Jorginho Ruter. It's a poor challenge by Ruter. Just need to stay composed, Leeds. Well, Norwich have relied upon set pieces quite a lot this season. They'll certainly need to rely upon them so far here tonight, and especially in this position if they want to give themselves something to cling on to. Cross comes in and all the way through to the hands of Elland Road in the Leeds goal. Really bad again from Norwich, just not anywhere near enough in it. But it is all on their heads. It's all about them. Leeds have given themselves this advantage, and Norwich can only blame themselves for finding themselves in this position. 3-0 down, and again, good pressure by Leeds, but Piru lost the ball up front there. Allows Norwich to win it back. The referees having to change a couple of things. Spray, I believe. Whatever's happened there. I've seen the referee change his mic and things, but never seen him change his spray. There we are. First time for everything. Fantastic. Leeds have actually had less of the possession in this second half so far. They've actually still created quite a number of chances. 5 shots, 3 on target in this second half so far. 14 minutes gone. Norwich have had 1 shot in this second half so far. They've had more of the ball, but haven't been able to create much more than what they did in the whole of the first half with that extra possession. Although here's Jack Stacey to break down the right. Stacey looking for an option in the middle. The cross came in and Ampadu sent it back the way it came and cleared it out for the throw on the right hand side. Herman says Norwich forever and ever screwing it up. Well, there you are. Clean. Sarah's ball blocked off, and Gruev was passing it back there to Glenn Kamara, who is fouled by Jonathan Rowe, who is on a yellow card. And the referee's just kept his composure and didn't throw out any cards that he didn't need to. It's maybe a slight touch there. It's not much in that. It is a foul on Kamara, but nothing more than that. Well, Norwich did make a change at half-time. Boyer Saints for Josh Sargent, but seeing that it hasn't really made a major difference 15 minutes in, they're going to roll the dice once more. Christian Fastnacht is getting himself ready on the sidelines, so we'll see if that will change a few things. And there is another change incoming. There's a double change incoming then for Norwich here. So we'll await the changes incoming. Here they come. So his first change is going to be Janulis. He's coming off. And also Ben Gibson. So double change incoming there. Both defenders. 2 of their 4 defenders coming off, and Sam McCallum and Christian Fastnacht are coming on. So they're going to go maybe drop a midfielder into defence. Maybe Kenny McLean will drop in. He will. Sam McCallum will play off the left. Duffy and Stacey unchanged, and then Fastnacht will add an extra body forward for Norwich. So a bit of a switch up there from David Wagner to give his side some hope in the last 27 minutes or so. An extra attacker to try and help out and get them forward. Here's Somerville though, who's been excellent all night at evading challenges, and the referee's played advantage here. Ruter taken out. So the referee's going to give a free kick here. Kenny McLean not particularly happy that he has given the free kick, but Somerville left on the floor. Ruter breaks forward and McLean just not the best of challenges. And the referee's going to give a free kick here for Leeds. Already scored from a free kick tonight, Leeds. And it's the same 2 culprits. Gruev and Somerville over this one. Will they be able to do what they did the last time? It's the 2-man wall once again. Similar, although I think Angus Gunn's stepped a bit over to his left a bit more this time to try and cover off that possible near post attempt. What will Leeds try and do from this one? Gruev and Somerville. Somerville leaves it again. Gruev chips it to the back post, headed across and headed away by Duffy. Not fully cleared though. Kamara round the corner as the ball from Ruchar, but it will roll out for a goal kick. But player's been left down in the box there. I think it was Peru. It's been left on the floor. The referee's just going to have to check up on him here. It's Gruev. Nice ball to the back post. It's actually Ampadu. Just a collision with Jack Stacey. I think he puts his head into Jack Stacey's head, which creates the pain that he's feeling. Just having a look at the chairman here. Leeds in the crowd tonight. And maybe, just maybe, Leeds can start dreaming of what the future is going to be. Possibly one game away from a Premier League status once again. This club was long awaited the last time he achieved promotion. Actually won the Championship the last time they were promoted to the Premier League. McLean out to the left. McCallum now for Norwich. Left foot across into the box, headed away. Back it comes down. Saints with a shot blocked. Cleared away again by Leeds. Found a slight gap there, but not very much. And they did work it out in the end. There, Leeds defensively. Norwich are trying their best. They're trying to throw things at Leeds late on here. At the moment, just really very little finding any joy. I don't think Daniel Farker's going to be throwing extra players on. He might be thinking about changes to rest a couple of his players ahead of that playoff final in 10 days' time. Certainly have a lot of recovery time. A lot of time to think over what they could do for that final. Although Sainz carrying it forward. Blocked off there. The referee's actually called for an offside. Ashley Barnes and Boya Sainz really not happy at the fact that they felt there was a foul on Boya Sainz. He broke free. I mean, Ashley Barnes is offside, but yeah, he is kind of blocked off by Joe Rodon, but I mean, it was offside in any case, so it doesn't matter. Comes to nothing. Leeds, just as I said, are readying some changes then. Readying for some options to come on. To try and change. Give other players a rest. Here's Somerville. Nonto with a shot. Saved by Gunn, followed up by Fairpo and Somerville! That's it! That's surely it now! Crescencio Somerville, the man who's been the best in this team all season, the deliverer of goals. Crescencio Somerville. He has his 20th of the season, and this could be a massive one. That really does put the final nail in the Norwich coffin. Leeds United 4, Norwich City 0. Again, a really nice break through the middle. Somerville at the heart of it again. Shot from Nonto, hit by the keeper, and Fairpo just to follow it up. Well onside, and Somerville from the cutback just slides it into an empty net. They'll not score an easier one than that. And that's really good positioning from the number 10 of Leeds. A man who knows his way around the 18-yard box, even the 6-yard box. And he knew exactly where he wanted to be there to take advantage of that opportunity. Leeds United are certainly on the road to Wembley. They're heading to the capital in 10 days' time. And are certainly One game away now from Premier League return. Dan James has just come on then after that fourth goal. Wilfred Gnonto, the man that's been taken off. "4-0. Even the most optimistic of Leeds United fans coming into this one wouldn't have predicted a scoreline like this. I don't think I was even expecting there to be 4 goals tonight. Never mind it for one team. Here's Somerville, again breaking down the left. They're maybe not finished yet, Leeds. Oh, Somerville well marshalled there, but he is deemed to have been fouled by referee Jared Gillett, so it will be another Leeds free kick. And this could be a humiliating night for David Wagner and Norwich. A night where they will spend next season, surely, in the Championship. More work to be done for Norwich. The evidence that it's not as easy as it seems to try and get back to the Premier League via the playoffs. Leeds, out of any team, out of any club, know that and have learnt that the hard way. But tonight, their bad luck and their horrible past and history in this format of the Championship seemingly coming to an end. And that curse, that spell that was cast upon them, maybe that's just been broken. They've still got another game to go. That final lurking and looming. They have to win that. Otherwise, they'll be joining Norwich in the Championship next season. Norwich, it's done. It's a matter of time now. Just 20 minutes to go. But 20 minutes that will feel ever so long for Norwich. But it will speed ever so fast. And it will fly by for those Leeds players and fans. They're on cloud 9 tonight. They're loving this. And who can blame them? Their side have been exceptional. Unstoppable. Immense tonight. Norwich have been no match. No competition. No opposition to the Leeds players tonight. And the Elland Road factor certainly plays into that. But even without that tonight, I think Leeds would have really continued to steamroller this Norwich team, because Leeds have been by far the better side. No question about it. And they're now making more changes. Daniel Farker just opting for another change, another 2 changes. Actually 3 changes. Goodness. Each time I look back there was another one. 3 changes incoming for Leeds now. They've already made that one. Dan James for Wilfred Gnonto. They're eyeing up another 3. So more changes incoming for Leeds later on here. He knows the game's done. He just wants to make sure that none of his main players are going to end up in a bad position ahead of that final in 10 days' time. Who will they be playing? Leeds, will it be the team that beat them on the final day in Southampton to deny them that automatic promotion place, or will it be West Brom? We'll find out tomorrow night which of those other 2 sides will be in the final. But Leeds tonight, they've just looked really strong. And no one could have stopped them tonight, I believe. Here they come again. Here's Dan James. Shot blocked. Straight at Kenny McLean. It's charged down there, and it will be a Leeds throw on the right-hand side. And 3 changes incoming then for Leeds. It's going to be... The first one is going to be Crescencio Somerville's coming off. Jorginho Ruter as well. He's coming off as well. And applause around Elland Road. Standing ovation for those players coming off tonight for Leeds who have got them to this position. Ruter coming off. Connor Roberts is coming on for him. Joel Peru is also coming off, and Crescencio Somerville will be joining him as well. Matteo Joseph is coming on for Peru. And the final of the three is going to be Jadon Anthony, who's coming on for the Championship Player of the Year and the fourth goal scorer tonight, Crescencio Somerville. So Somerville, Ruter and Peru off. Jadon Anthony, Connor Roberts and Matteo Joseph all coming on. A straight change of all of their front four for Leeds here tonight. They still have another sub to come if they want to make it in these late stages. And obviously with Archie Gray starting tonight at right back, and he's played a good 75 minutes at right back tonight, he's done an exceptional job. He's just been moved with Connor Roberts coming on, who has a natural fullback. Roberts has taken up that position, and Archie Gray's just moved a bit further forward into the 10 role. So very versatile player, and Archie Gray can play multiple positions and plays them very well, and he's had a very good game tonight at right back. Looked very comfortable, very kind of unaffected by the change of position and the demands of a full-back position and a very attacking team, but also a team that can be vulnerable to counter-attacks. That full-back position is ever so precious, so getting the balance right is so important, and I think Archie Gray's done a fabulous and fantastic job at that so far tonight. I was going to say fantabulous. Combining fantastic and fabulous together. It would be that too as well. Good challenge back by Joseph there, and goes all the way back to Ampadu as Connor Roberts was involved in a challenge there with Boya Sainz. The referee's just halted the game for the moment. He's given a free kick here on this far side of the pitch. Having a chat with both players. The referee, Jared Gillett. As Roberts got the free kick. He's just taking it short there. Back it all the way it comes to Melier. Now to Ampadu. Rodon to Roberts. Back to Rodon. And really, how kind of different this game could have been. I mean, talked about in the first leg that a Josh Sargent opportunity that he missed, that he couldn't take advantage of in that first leg, that could have been so important for Norwich in the first leg. But how important a goal in this second leg would have been. You know, Josh Sargent was there by far Norwich's best chance of the game. At 2-0 down, getting it back to 2-1 would have absolutely flipped this game on its head and would have changed the dynamic drastically of this match. But the fact that he didn't take it and couldn't finish it off for Norwich really kind of wrote the rest of the night for them. The fact that Leeds felt that bit of luck was on their side, Norwich kind of were a bit deflated probably. The fact that chance didn't go in, and the calamitous nature of the third goal really just probably solidified that belief in the Norwich heads and also in the Leeds heads. The fact that it was just Leeds' night tonight. You do get that bit of luck in times in games, but you say it so often, you create your own luck in football. You play such good football, you try things, your hard work does get paid off in football at times, and when you deserve something, you don't always get it in the sport, but when you play so well, you do get a slice of luck that can come your way every now and again, and Leeds, maybe that third goal was their slice of luck, but they were already by far the better team. It was just another goal to the tally tonight, that third one. And Leeds have continued in this second half to threaten. Norwich still only the one shot on target, which was the Josh Sargent chance, their only shot on target so far tonight. The second half alone, Leeds have had 5 shots on target, 7 shots in total. Norwich just the 2 shots, but none of them on target in the second half. So combined, they've had 11 shots on target tonight, Leeds, and we've still got another 10 minutes or so to go. They've been absolutely impeccable in the final third. Consider the fact that we only had 3 shots on target in the whole of the first leg alone. And we've had a combined 12 tonight, 11 of which came from Leeds. So over the 2 legs, really, Norwich have been haphazard. They've been awful up front. They've had no cohesion in the final third whatsoever, Norwich. And coming into this game tonight, you know, that one change, Boya Saints coming off and Ashley Barnes coming into the side, maybe trying to switch it up, maybe offer something different, more physical in the final third. For Norwich, it's actually worked against them. They've actually not changed it. Nothing's actually changed from that first leg for their final third chances or their goal mouth action. They've had very little of it. I mean, Elland Road's had a time of his life. He's had to make one big save over the 2 games. Incredible. Double change incoming for Norwich. So more changes incoming for the Canaries. Their final 2 changes of the game. It's going to be Ashley Barnes and Jonathan Rowe that are going to make way. And Sidney van Hooijdonk, who came on in the first leg, is going to be one of those changes. And the second of which is going to be Jakob Sorensen. So coming on. So Van Hooijdonk and Sorensen on for Rowe and Barnes for Norwich later on. Their season, really, from last season progress, of course, from finishing 13th last season in the Championship to get into the playoffs is a good bit of progress. But when you get into playoffs, you want to believe, you want to really attack it in the best way possible. And I really don't know what the idea has been for Norwich, but whatever idea it was, it certainly has not worked. Really, not in the first half, and certainly not in this second, or not in the first leg, but certainly not in this second leg. By far outplayed in both games by Leeds. Outplayed completely. It's Rodon. Had to track back and does play it forward. That's a lovely ball. Forward one for Dan James to chase. Trying to play it in behind. Joseph on the cover, or on the chase, but covered over there on the left hand side. Blocked out for a Leeds throw on the right hand side now. Another one coming for you tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier this evening, Southampton welcome West Bromwich Albion, the second leg of their semi-final of the playoffs. It's 0-0 in the on aggregate from the first leg, and St Mary's will, I'm sure, be hoping for another a night like the night that Leeds have had tonight. West Brom hoping they can build upon the positives they had from the first leg. They were probably the better side in that first leg, just couldn't find the net. That's tomorrow, 8 o'clock here on LFS. The 5th and final change from Leeds then incoming. It's Ilya Gruev, who opened the scoring tonight with a really cute free kick. He's coming off. And Liam Cooper, the club captain for Leeds, is coming on in the dying moments to just help out with his solidity. Make sure there are no late frailties with Leeds United here. Gray picks up the loose ball, finds Dan James. James with a cross, headed away by Kenny McLean. The ball is recovered at the back to Liam Cooper. Road on to Glenn Kamara. So Ampadu's just moved up into midfield for Leeds at the moment. Out of centre back, as Cooper is back in there. Kamara. Ampadu. Back to Rodon. Now Liam Cooper. Nice cute flick there by Jaden Anthony, but couldn't find the run. Although that long throw has really put a spanner in the works. And Duffy does well to clear it away. Brought down by Ampadu. Now back with Fairpo, who will go back to his captain, Liam Cooper. All chipped over the top. Joseph had made the run in behind, but again, Duffy does well. And McLean across to Shane Duffy. Kenny McLean. 5 minutes plus additional time to go. I don't think the referee's going to add very much time on to the end. I don't think there would be any reason to. There's no real doubts as to what's going to happen or what way this game's going to go, because it's already gone that way tonight. No question. Leeds are just maybe waiting for another. Fairpo. Joseph making the run down the left, and good covering by Kenny McLean. Him and his keeper getting a muddle, and the keeper, Angus Gunn, pressed upon, has to put it out for the corner. Not a great pass by Kenny McLean at all to his keeper. Should have just tried to clear that down the line. No need to pass back to your keeper there. And now Leeds have a corner. Dan James to take it, left hand side. He gets applause while he heads over to that area. Liam Cooper's in there. Love to add another to this Leeds. Dan James with a cross per corner. Cleared away at the front post. We'll go for a Leeds throw in though on the left hand side. Whatever it does progress tomorrow night, whether it's West Brom or Southampton, they will know they'll have a tough task in Leeds United to come up against. Leeds well fired up, and if this result doesn't give you confidence and belief that promotion is just one step away, one kind of win away, that is the case. But if it doesn't give you that belief that you can win that game, then I don't know what will. So again, really nice football. Roberts closed into, well, closed down there as Saints picks it up now for Norwich. He's taken out of possession there by Ampadu, but it's well won back by Norwich. Back it comes to Duffy. McLean. Well, remember, Leeds did equal the record for the most points in a championship season without being promoted. That was 90 points. Or without achieving automatic promotion, that is. They can still be promoted and really make as much out of that this season as they can. Season that's tough to replicate when you've worked so hard through the campaign, over 46 league games. Of a 49 game season, Leeds. That's a lot of league games. Their 49th will be the most important of them all. All they have to do is win that, and they will be Premier League once again. They can fly that flag proudly over this stadium once more, as it deserves. And they could be joining the two sides they've beaten on this ground already this season in the Premier League next season, in Leicester and Ipswich. Leeds have beaten both of those here. 3-1 against Leicester and a 4-0 against Ipswich. earlier in the campaign. Gray. Linking up with Dan James. Back to Gray now. Dan James again continuing his run down the left, and he's been hacked off the ball there. Crunching challenge there out in that side by Shane Duffy. It will be a Leeds free kick. Lovely 1-2 between Archie Gray and Dan James, and a crunching challenge by Duffy comes sliding across. It will be a Leeds free kick into the last minute of the 90. James with a free kick over the bar. Tough to get on target from that position. Leeds didn't get off to the perfect start this season. Defeat to Birmingham. Came after a home draw with Cardiff, and that draw against West Brom saw them go 3 games without a win, but that trip to Ipswich where they won 4-3 really ignited their campaign. And they went in their the run all the way to the end of the year, losing just 3 of their following games. Incredible, the run that they've gone on. Didn't achieve them automatic promotion, but they've been given another chance, and by God they are taking it, Leeds. They're not going to try and replicate previous teams. They're having fun on the bench there. They're trying to soak the cameraman on the bench there. They'll enjoy their nights, but they know it's only halfway done. They know they've got a game to go to. They go to Wembley. Those Leeds fans get a day out, and they'll hope that their trip to London will be a happy trip, and a happy trip back home as well, knowing that their side could be in the Premier League once again. Norwich, they'll have to wait at least till next season to try and follow suit. Season that has been progress, and they've got one step closer. Maybe third time lucky. Last season they finished 13th. This season they will end with a playoff defeat and 6th place, and Leeds at the hands of that victory. 2 minutes up of the 2 added. It's only a matter of time. A whistle incoming. A whistle that sends Leeds United to Wembley. They've been by far the best team tonight, and the scoreline does not overstate it one bit. Norwich haphazard all over the place, and Leeds knew the job was done at half-time, but they kept their head, they kept their composure, added another to the tally, and just for good measure made themselves pretty comfortable and hand themselves a place to Wembley. A day out for these Leeds fans who have been haunted by the playoffs in history, but this is their chance. 90-point season equalled the record of a points tally without automatic promotion, but they've been given playoffs, and it will be a tragedy if Leeds don't do it now. But they still have another game to go, whether it be Southampton or West Brom. Leeds know it's only one game away now. Premier League is on the horizon. Wembley is on the cards. 10 days from now, Leeds will have a day out. A 90-minute, maybe 120-minute game that could decide the outcome of their incredible season. Will it be incredible, or will it be one that got away from them? the playoffs. That curse may just be broken. Final score from Elland Road in this Championship Playoff Semi-Final second leg. Leeds United 4, Norwich City 0. Good night.
Catch me if I fall.